This is the Weller Portasol butane soldering iron kit. It costs roughly $70, and you can just get the soldering iron with a soldering tip for $40. So that's up to you. I decided to get the kit because it came with several tips, a sponge, a hold off here so you can mount the soldering iron on your table and you don't have to worry about it falling over. And it also comes with some storage space, so I like to keep a little bit of solder in here so I don't have to worry about bringing a spool with me if I need to do a remote job. So, yeah. The tips are also an excellent feature to have. And what really sold me with the kit was the hot air tip, which I use to shrink heat shrink tubing. So I'm going to demonstrate it being used to solder and to reduce the diameter of heat shrink tube. So before I solder, I wanted to demonstrate the operation of the soldering iron. So back here you have your flow control knob, so that regulates the temperature of the iron. It can be down as far as a 25 watt soldering iron or up to a 75 watt soldering iron. So that's a nice range to have. Quite a bit of temperature at the 75. So to turn on the gas, all you do is flip this knob up, so you just slide that up, and the gas is flowing. And then to ignite the piezoelectric, you just pull this down, it clicks, and this will glow orange when it's lit. Now I'm going to see how long it takes to heat up. At the maximum setting. So I'm already melting solder. So that's quite fast. Now let's solder something. Alright, that looks good. Now when it comes to changing tips, you do have to wait for this to cool down a bit. So here's the solder joint I just soldered using the soldering tip. Now I'm going to replace it with the hot air tip. Now to replace tips, all you need to do is rotate this section here, and that will come loose. And you just slide that entire apparatus off, remove the tip section. So that portion right there. And then take the tip you want to replace it with, drop it through, and then tighten it back onto your soldering iron. Make sure that's a snug connection, and then just activate the gas, toggle the piezoelectric, and you can probably see a glow of orange inside there. So now let's get the heat shrink tube on there. And shrink it down to size. Now you can use this connection here, which would mount right on to this tip here, so it would connect right onto there, but I find it's not really necessary most of the time. So there you go, works quite well. Now I'm going to demonstrate the blowtorch tip just to show what it can do. To demonstrate how hot the butane torch tip can get, I have two pieces of glass which I'm going to fuse together. So they're no longer two pieces of glass, it's more of a blob, but it does show you how hot this can get. Thanks for watching, and I hope you found this review useful.